Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Epic Brewing. So this is a brewery that originally came out of, I guess, Salt Lake City, Utah, or somewhere in Utah. But they also have a facility in Denver, Colorado. So this is from Denver, Colorado. You might know this brewery for Big Bad Baptist, which is sort of like a founder's KBS kind of beer. It's coffee, chocolate, bourbon barrel aged, and they switch it up here and there. It's really cool. You see a label, and they switch it up, like what coffee producer they use, and different batches. And the cool thing also is that I actually had an effective bottle. I reached out to them. They actually sent me a check for the bottle back on the price. So that's actually really awesome of them. Had an effective barrel aged beer. But this is Son of a Baptist. This is their coffee stout. So this is a smaller version of Big Bad Baptist, which is a 12% beer. This one comes in 8%, and they use rotating artisanal coffee. And if you check out on the date on the bottom, they have a Best Buy, which is about a year away. So it's about 2 months old. And they have a bunch of quoting data down there. There's some numbers. And you can look up how they source their coffee, which is quite fun. Curious why they... that's a good point. I'm curious why they source coffee and rotate it. Maybe it makes the product kind of fresh and different. Maybe it's their way to experiment and like find the one they eventually want to use, but it seems like they've been doing it for quite a while and they haven't figured that out. So I don't know. Very interesting. It's something different, and different is fun. So depends. The beer is very dark, very, very dark beer. This is basically an Imperial Stout, or an Imperial Stout. Comes in a black color, has a beautiful tight bubbles, very, very small bubbles, dark, 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 dark. Head on there. That's interesting. That's espresso. So just this Sierra Nevada, which is like a nice, pretty, light, kind of cold brewy kind of thing. This is coffee, chocolate, roast, espresso. It's deep, it's sexy, it's luscious. Oh yeah. It's got all those really rich, nutty notes. There's vanilla driving in. There's chocolate in here too, yeah. But it's so rich and like thick and just like, it's espresso-y. That's what it is. It's espresso-y. Cheers. Okay, that's interesting. So we talked about the last beer, the Sierra Nevada, that had like this higher kind of finishing gravity. This beer is dry and roasty. It really doesn't have the luxurious kind of nose that sort of follows on the palate. Bitter, acidic, roasty, coffee grounds, more coffee grounds, slight hints of chocolate, acidic, roasty, dry, ashy, 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 burnt. Burnt wood, burnt toast, burnt marshmallow. Pretty tasty beer. It's just a little slightly one-dimensional. It's sharp, acidic, almost burnt espresso. Yeah, maybe not burnt. Almost like Turkish coffee. Espresso coffee is very sharp. Man, I really wish this beer had this nice kind of caramelly dimension to it to make it a little bit more balanced and like play with those kind of acidic flavors. But this is literally just like espresso in a beer. A little bit of like vanilla. It's not actually vanilla in here, but a little bit of that kind of sweetness. A little bit of like light hint of white sugar. Cocoa maybe playing in there. But it's generally just bitter, acidic, and sharp and roasty. This is Epic. Son of a Baptist. This is from me. $91. Obviously, I prefer my beers a little bit more rich and Imperial. And that's why, because not over a smaller beer like the Sierra Nevada, but still, I think that beer is maybe a little bit more well constructed, but less showy and impressive. This one does one thing, does it well. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.